China's Defence Minister Dong Jun has warned the United States to act with caution over Taiwan and take a clear stance against its independence. The Chinese official met with his American counterpart Pete Hegseth on the sidelines of the ASEAN Defence Ministers Meeting in Malaysia. He also called for stronger dialogue between the two sides to build trust. Mr. Hegseth described the meeting as good and constructive, and he called for a balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. CNA's Afifah Ariffin reports from the ASEAN Defence Ministers Meeting.
ASEAN defence ministers pushed ahead with a packed agenda, adopting a number of initiatives and deepening strategic cooperation, even as geopolitical tensions loom large over the summit. Malaysia, as this year's chair, steered discussions beyond traditional defence domains, focusing on areas such as cyber security, disaster response and the use of artificial intelligence in military systems. A central point of attention was ASEAN's engagement with China. A working luncheon was held between ASEAN defence ministers and Chinese Defence Minister Admiral Dong Jun. While the South China Sea issue was not raised directly during that meeting, Malaysia made its position clear in the broader discussions.
Whatever conflict, we need to use a common yardstick that is acceptable to all, which is the international law. And during our luncheon with the Chinese Minister of Defence, Admiral Dong, he stated clearly that China support in the formulation of the Code of Conduct on the South China Sea.
His comments signaled a diplomatic tightrope, maintaining engagement with Beijing while quietly reiterating ASEAN's long-held position on international law and the rules-based order in disputed waters. Speaking at the press conference to wrap up the day's proceedings, Mr. Khalid was also asked about recent comments from US President Donald Trump, who suggested that America may resume nuclear weapons testing after decades. That development has sparked concern across ASEAN, which maintains its long-standing policy as a nuclear-free zone.
ASEAN is a zone of peace and nuclear-free. Our view is that we try to avoid anything that can bring great calamity to humankind. But for ASEAN area, it is a nuclear-free area, so we will maintain that position.
The sidelines of the regional defence gathering were active with bilateral meetings. US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth held separate talks with both China and India. With China, Washington raised concerns over Taiwan and the South China Sea, with Hegseth warning that the US would stoutly defend its interests in the Indo-Pacific. On Saturday, all eyes will be on the full ADMM Plus meeting, where the United States is expected to engage ASEAN collectively, adding another layer to its Indo-Pacific defence diplomacy. Afifah Ariffin, CNA, Kuala Lumpur.